Tell me what you're currently reading.
I'm reading Catherynne Valenti's new book, which is called Railsea. Came out last week or the week before. It's Moby Dick, only with giant moles and trains instead of ships. When I started reading Railsea, I was like, oh, I wish I had that idea. But I don't wish I'd written the book, because it would be a completely different book if I had written it. And I feel like that a lot. Like, one of my favorite books is called Little Big, and I wish that I were the kind of person who would have written that book, but I don't wish I had written that book, because then I wouldn't get to read it. So I wish I had a lot of ideas that other people had first, but I want them to have written their own books so that I can read them. So Little Big, which is by John Crowley, is my favorite book of all time, so it would go with me anywhere. My wedding bouquet was actually origami roses made of the pages of that book.
What is a book that you could read over and over again and never tire of?
Landscape Painted with Tea, which is by Milorad Pavic. It's a Serbian writer. He died a few years ago, and it's an incredible, incredible book that is both love story and literary mystery, and without spoiling it, the end of the book changes depending on the gender of the reader, which is fascinating to me, and it's also a crossword puzzle. So you really could not possibly get bored of it, because you have to solve the puzzle every time to get the ending of the book.
What is your favorite banned book, and why do you think people found it offensive?
Well, so I brought The Great Gatsby because it is one of my favorite books, and it's also my father's favorite book. But the fact is, if it's good and popular, it's been banned. I mean, every good book has been banned, because when books touch people that deeply, it's usually scary, and that's when people start wanting to stop other humans from reading it.
In your opinion, what makes a book great? Or is it the characters? Is it the plot?
It's the way that all of those play together. I mean, I can get through a book if only one or two of those characters and plot and setting and language and all of that. I can get through it if only one or two are working. But to really love a book, it's when they're all up in the air like plates at the circus and spinning all in the same direction. I think that balance is what makes a book great.